Syria, and former prisoner in Syria, was subject to torture, military prison twice, with my father, with my brother. We all were in the same military prison for one time, and when my mom died, the neighbors buried my mom. It's not very sad story because it's very common in Syria this time. It's very common. And not only the gender problem in the panel to see Ribal al-Asad here. His father committed crimes against humanity in Hama. He killed 40,000 human beings, wiped down the city. Wiped down the city. Where's the money you came from with ANN TV, with your business workers? It's our money that your father stolen from our country 30 years ago. He killed lots of people, and I'm asking you here, would you help me to get your father prosecuted in Geneva or in La Haye in the war in charges of crimes against humanity? Your father killed lots of people, and Blood Strategic Forum should be ashamed. This man in the panel here, he has no rights to speak about human rights till we see his father held accountable. He's innocent for now, but he should be held accountable in a fair trial. About 40,000 human beings he killed. I tweeted and Facebooked about you being in this panel. I get 300 comments in 20 minutes. Lots of them saying they're living abroad, exiled. Not like you with lots of money from Syrian people. Exiled because of your dad. And they're asking you to ask your dad where's their parents. From Tadmor prison. Your dad killed 1,000 human beings in Tadmor himself.
With great respect, Mohammed, I don't think this is the appropriate forum for that discussion.
It's forum to have war criminals here representing their father without talking a word about what his father did in the 80s. He killed 40,000 human beings, for God's sake. Human beings are in Europe here.
All right.
Could you imagine a city being wiped down by this man's father, and he's lecturing here about human rights and freedom and dignity? Thank you.
I think you made your point. Thank you very much. Let me now give you are obliged to reply to what was said about him, but you have the right to say something. Yes. We are going to close now, but I want to give you a chance.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. And it's a great pleasure again to be able to respond. This is why we are fighting for democracy and freedom in my country and all over the Middle East. Yes,
please,
this is why. No, it's okay. This is what we have, and this is why Syria is where it is today, because that's the example of opposition that we have in Syria. Everybody is working on hatred, on revenge, on sectarian issues, on whatever.
I did not say revenge.
Okay. Please, if I could speak, in democracy, I gave you your time. You should give me my time. You see, that's the beauty about democracy, is that you've lived in the West, I'm sure in the U.S., as I've heard, and you should have learned a bit about democracy.
I've been only 2 years after your cousin put me and my father in prison.
That's my cousin. I've been fighting against my cousin. They tried to kill me in 1994 since I was a child. I left, I was 9 years.
I'm sorry, you had a very good chance to say your piece. Please let him reply.
I did not say revenge. I said fair trial.
I didn't say revenge. I'm saying I said the language. The language you're using, sir. Please, if you could relax and listen, We are talking about the language you're using. Your father did this, your father did that. Did you give me a chance to defend myself? Did you ask about my father? My father, what you don't know, Mr. Abdullah, is my father left Syria in 1984. My father came out in November 2011, and it's all over the internet, YouTube, at a conference in Paris, and he says, I was never responsible for what happened in Hama. And I would love if there's anybody who could, take me, or if there's anyone who would like to take me to trial, I'm ready to go. He doesn't have a problem with that. My father was head of higher education, He was also head of Unit 569, which was at the time acting as presidential guards, because presidential guards did not exist. I'm sure you know that, or you're too young to know that. Please, if you let me continue. And you see, in democracy, you cannot throw allegation and throw wrong things, not based on facts, not based on facts. Sir, please, if there's anything, but why would they lie? Of course, would I be working for democracy, and freedom, if he did something wrong? Would I be working for democracy and human rights? In democracy and human rights, if it was true, then I would sit quiet. I would live, in some island and not be, seeing everywhere. I wouldn't be chairing the Arab News satellite TV channel ANN, which was the first Arab news network to promote democracy and freedom in Syria and the Middle East. And I'm sure some Arab people who are here on the panel know that. So if we are promoting democracy and freedom, It is because this is what we want for our country. It's the only way out for our country. And in democracy and freedom, you're able, we have nothing to hide. Please come, judge, if you could take us to trial and have, things, facts and proofs, we'd welcome it, please.
Well,
it would be great. We'd love to, But please learn about what the meaning of democracy first.
Okay.
Learn how to act
in
in that system. Thank you, sir.
That's a good. Mark, do you...